So once again, I have been proven right with everything I've been saying about Vitaly. I've never been proven wrong, but today is one of those days that I didn't even know I was waiting for until it actually happened. So you guys should know by now that Vitaly is the worst at catching predators. The only thing worse than that are his fans' ability to comprehend simple English. You know how many times I've seen a comment that says, "You just want to let them go? You just said ignore them? Did you just say that you should let them be?" And it's like, yeah, I want to let them be right where you live so that when they touch you, you can be like, "So why didn't Vitaly get this guy in jail?" But every couple of weeks or so, it's not often, but I'll see a comment saying that these are fake, meaning the predator catches. There are people who actually think that because he is known for pranking people, that he is doing the same thing with these predator videos, like he doesn't show you that he is just the most unprepared person in the world. If this was staged, we wouldn't be waiting hours in between each meetup. "Oh, but it's a live stream, you can't edit out the waiting." That's what planning everything beforehand is for. And if we go back just a couple of words, you would see that he doesn't plan these out because they're not staged. As far as I knew. Apparently, Vitaly got too comfortable and let the wrong person know about what he does to prepare for these meetups. You guys might remember when Vitaly had that gambler guy Mickey with him and they made that Asian guy drink their pee before letting him go. Well, during this podcast he was on, he straight up says that Vitaly hired actors to be predators for his stream and then goes on to point out one who was allegedly paid. Drama Alert is the one who posted this clip, but then I went over to the tube, we should start calling it that. I went over to the tube and found the whole interview, and if I was Vitaly, I'd be mad that I brought this guy on stream only to have him talk shit like he wasn't with him doing the thing that he's talking shit about. That's like robbing a bank with your friends and then going to another group of friends and talking about how that robbery was a shit job like you weren't the mastermind behind it. This literal drug addict is acting like he didn't play a part in having these guys not be arrested. And then you hear what he wanted to do to them instead of having them be arrested, and you're like, I think the coke has finally fried his brain. But about 10 minutes into the podcast is where they start talking about Vitaly.
Recently, Mickey did something interesting, right? He went catching predators, which they do in Russia. And Vitaly stole the idea from Russia to catch predators out here in America, which, I mean, there's been...
Genius move. I wrote this down.
Plenty of shows have been doing that in America, but not the way Vitaly's doing.
No. The ones that do it in America are trying to do it like TV style. Right. He's like running around like literally like sucking boppers.
Would you guys agree that Vitaly's EDTV kind of looks like the autistic Andrew Tate?
What does Vitaly look like?
What the fuck does that even mean? Get this guy out of here. He's literally, this dude sounds like a middle schooler trying to insult someone. I didn't know autism causes you to change your entire facial structure. Can we all agree that this dude just has autism? Literal freshman humor. Hey, can we all agree that this food is kind of autistic? You see this apple juice? It's kind of retarded. Shut the fuck up.
Is that when he got arrested for beating
You guys kind of look related. He looks like Mr. Bean on steroids.
Mr. Bean?
Nah, he really does look like Mr. Bean on steroids, honestly, I swear.
No, yeah, we got it. He laughed the first time. Even when he gets the laugh he wanted, he still repeats the joke. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, why does he call it catching predators if he's punching them? Are they beating him up? What's going on?
Okay, so this is the premise. And by the way, I really support the premise. I hate pedophilia. I hate pedophiles. I couldn't have any stronger stance on that, right? Like, I'll stand on that one. If anyone wants to argue that one with me...
Who knew there was such a thing as being a little too convincing? It's like, you might dislike them, but I hate them. Nah. See, I hate them. I can't stand them. I'll even show you, I can't stand them. I hate them. You guys want to debate this shit? And they're like, you're always just prepared to debate this kind of stuff? Aren't you a fucking gambler?
So he hits me up. He gives me a follow on Instagram, and he goes, "Hey, bro, I'm trying to get my views back up. Will you come and do some live streams with me?" I'm like, "Sure, bro. Like, I'm about it. Like, what are you thinking?" And he goes, "Well, here's like all the streams I want you to do with me. Here's like the whole thing." And one of them was catching pedophiles. And I'm like, that one sounds like a massive win for the planet. Links me with the manager. We schedule it. He goes, "Hey, come on a stream. We're going to catch pedophiles. Mickey, you're the most hyped on that one. We'll start with that." I'm like, "All right, cool." And it was cool, man. Like we went off and like we really cleaned up the planet, like one pedophile at a time. If I could, I would do this like full time, you know?
How big does he think the planet is? Because unless the world begins and ends with the outside of a casino in Vegas, then the world is literally unchanged by what you guys did. He was even part of the stream where they had to let that guy go after some random black guy came and attacked the predator. Mickey then starts explaining how Vitaly is able to meet up with so many predators, and most of you already know it's because of his friend Santi, who has dedicated his life to not catching predators. You can go to his Rumble, and I talked about it before, but I think maybe 1 out of his 12 videos, maybe 2, does someone actually get arrested. But the way Mickey describes him is hilarious.
Are you guys going to people? Like, how are you finding such pedophiles? And their location.
So this is one of the sickest parts, bro. There's these 3 younger guys, right? They're like all about 20 years old, but they look 14, 15 years old, right? There's 3 of them. Their names are Santi, and Marcos. And shout out to these 3. These are like my 3 most favorite people in the world, right? These 3 kids, full time, are on every dating app, even ones I never heard of. They showed me. Talking to grown men looking for gay sex, and then they hit them with the I'm 14. And almost every time, it's really crazy, these grown adults are like, that's fine, can you send a photo?
You would think with doing this full time, they'd actually have something to show for it, but they have nothing. They don't even let us know the name of whoever they're catching. They might be messaging predators 24/7, but if you're not going to do anything about it, then you're just some fucking weirdo messaging people pretending to be a 15-year-old. And there is no way you're gonna say they look young when this is an unedited picture of Santi. This looks like a demon tried to take the fucking soul out of a 15-year-old and was only half successful. But now Mickey starts telling us what happened when he met up with Vitaly and tells us how he asked him what can they do to these guys. Can we mud wrestle with them? Can we get them in a wet t-shirt contest? Can we make them finger paint naked?
I really didn't understand exactly what was happening because I've never done a pedo catching thing in my life, right? Like I don't, right? You know,
Yeah.
and he does it on live stream. So I'm like, do we have like legal permission to like
Out these people, right?
yeah, like what can we and can we not do? So I came fully prepared to do the most and figure out where I fall back, right? So I get on there and I'm like, yo, like, you know, can we smoke these fools? And he goes, no. And I was like, all right, can we
What do
put...
you mean smoke these?
I was like, you know, can we shoot them? Like, are we acting
Are you
like...
crazy?
Yeah, can we shoot someone? Can we shoot someone on stream? Can we shoot someone dead, blank, execution style on stream in their face? You think Kick's gonna be fine with that? You think Eddie's gonna be cool if we do that? You think he won't mind, right? If I invite anyone to do something with me, catching predators or not, and they ask me, can we shoot the person? I'm calling the cops on you. Either that, or you get your head in the fucking game and realize this isn't a fucking movie.
So what's Vitaly's goal? Just to hug these guys?
So his goal was to prank them. He wanted them to eat spicy... You know that spicy...
That's not a punishment.
But that's what Russian.
If I'm about to
Russian streamers.
If I'm about to fuck a kid and you go, hey, now instead of that, your repercussions are have a hot wing, I'd be like,
Yeah, but he
sick.
copied the Russian system. That's what they do. They paint their hair. They abuse them. They put them in the tub.
Bro, that looks like American culture. You paint a pedophile's hair blue, they'll just blend in with the landscape.
Just look like a liberal.
Their whole thing, their whole thing is just to like.
You should tattoo their foreheads.
Right.
So I brought a tattooer to tattoo a forehead. I brought the
Also
tattooer. I
illegal.
paid and everything.
There's nothing you guys can do legally, right?
Well, so yeah, correct.
So literally, like I've been saying in all my videos, eating a hot chip versus getting arrested for meeting up with a minor is not even a comparable experience. I know the kids who get in trouble for staying up past their bedtime are like, well, it's gonna teach them to never do it again, only because they've been taken to the hospital for just smelling a hot chip. But eating literal food is not a punishment. Having Lil Pump perform for you is not a punishment. Pretending to have them on a prank show is not a punishment. I can guarantee you that all the predators Vitaly is encountering are still talking to minors, but are using this as a way to brag to them, be like, hey, did you see the stream I was on and I didn't get caught?
So I'm like, what can we do? And he goes, we can't do anything. We have no special legal permission. We're like regular civilians confronting a civilian. And I'm like,
Who's DMing a 20-year-old guy who's
Acting
pretending
like
to
a
be
child.
14?
Is Vitaly still? Is he still on steroids?
Can this guy actually shut his freaking hole? This dude is literally interrupting the story with questions that can wait till the end, till after the podcast, when they're not even on, when they're not even recording.
you know, we can't use guns. We can't hurt them. We can't do any of these things. Like, what can we do? And he goes, oh, we're going to make them eat these spicy chips. And I'm like, really?
What? Was this an episode of Hot Ones?
Yeah. And he goes, and I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah, why? That's not enough? And I'm like, no. Like, what?
That's not a punishment.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, no. And this is all on the live stream. You can go watch it back.
Are you serious? You guys were doing logistics on a live stream?
Bro, yeah.
He's like, all right, so what should we do? And he's like, potato chips. You're like, my man, I brought a handgun.
Yeah.
Meet me in the middle between potato chip and handgun.
Yeah, so that's what, so I'm like, bro, like, give me, like, I'm like, bro, don't be a pussy. Like, what can we do? I'm like, bro, these dudes are ruining not just a child's life, but that child's life forever, even as an adult.
Right.
You know, I'm like, these dudes don't need, who cares about a hot chip? Like, what can we do?
So I don't know why every one of the people he has on stream don't have the same reaction. Vitaly read about that kid dying from doing the hot chip challenge and thinks that's going to happen on one of his streams. He even gets a century egg and thinks that's a punishment, like it's not eaten by billions of people around the world. This idiot literally thought because the egg is black that it was some ridiculous food challenge. And even then, challenge doesn't mean the same thing as punishment.
So it did so well that, we did a bunch of pedos. It did so well that day that his manager called me. I think they all came over after. I forget. But his manager was like, can you come back on tomorrow? We'll do it again, right? This did so good for Vitaly's brand that we want you to come back. And I go, sure. And they go, hey, there's even less that we can afford because we still are broke. Can you pay for things? You know, like they asked me to pay for the sprinter. They asked me to pay for security. They asked me to pay for all these things.
They need you for the clout, and then they need you for the money.
Right.
Damn.
But I said yes because I'm really down for the cause. Like,
Yo, you want to go hunt some pedophiles after this? I need 200
I'm
grand.
down, bro. Like,
I
I'm
need 200 grand. We're going to it's a really expensive hunt.
So basically what Vitaly does is he makes it seem like whoever the person he brings on with him is going to be doing some crazy predator catch, but we're going to need you to pay for everything. Imagine asking the person you invited to pay for everything. That's worse than view botting. Vitaly is acting like he's at the top of the world with these streams, when in reality, he can't even fund them with his own money. How pathetic is that shit? What's even more pathetic is that he usually ends the stream where he just loses money gambling on stake. So not only is he using someone else's money to make himself more popular, but he's also gambling away the money he should be using on himself. He buys a pack of hot chips that he's been using since he was at the fucking border, and he's like, that's my contribution. So now Mickey starts talking about how his stream with Vitaly was his most popular at the time, and because of that, they wanted him to come on for another stream, and again, it was one of his most popular. After that, as you guys know, Vitaly went to Russia for a month, and during that month he was gone, Mickey mentions how Vitaly sent his manager to go over to his house every day, which made Mickey think that him and Vitaly are now co-hosts of the stream. He said he was scheduling future streams, finding out what guests should come on, and not to mention funding a big part of it. But then he says as soon as Vitaly got a $500,000 kick deal to do his 10-day Predator stream, they just cut Mickey out like he didn't do anything for them.
So the kid's coming over like every day working on the rest of Vitaly's streams with me, right? So he finally comes over one day. He goes, so I have the whole schedule of all the episodes they want to do. I'm helping him figure out who the guests are, what the details are, locations. Like I'm doing all the work and I'm the one paying for some of it, right? He comes back to the house one day. He goes, bro, we did it. We landed a fat kick deal. I go, how much? He goes, $500,000, 10 episodes, all catching pedophiles. I'm like, that's sick, dude. What's my cut? He goes, 0. I go, what? And he goes, yeah, we did it on Vitaly's channel. I go, yeah, but you're the one who wanted me and Vitaly to formally become co-host together.
So I can guarantee you that they never told him they wanted him to be a co-host. This guy's talking about murdering people on stream, and they think that they want to continue using him for anything other than his money. But now he explains exactly how Vitaly was able to get all these people for his live streams. And basically his manager told Mickey to leave him a list of famous people he can potentially get on stream, and then they'll pick out which ones they want, and then they'll pay Mickey for every person he can get on the stream. Instead though, what they did was go behind his back and start messaging these people like Mickey had already said it was cool. One of those people happened to be Ryan Garcia, whose stream was postponed, apparently because Mickey told him not to go.
It's crazy. So Ryan ended up doing the stream?
No, he didn't.
Oh, wow.
But I texted Ryan and I was like,
I like that. That's good. Yeah.
I was like, what's up?
After that, I'm sure Vitaly went into panic mode trying to find replacement people, which is why his 10-day stream was more like a 15-day stream. Because the next streams after the Ryan Garcia one are people who me and you could literally DM to do something with. I'm not saying we're going to have the money to do it, but you go from Lil Pump to Ty Dolla $ign to Ryan Garcia to Bradley Martin. He did end it with Aiden Ross, which is good, I guess, but then he ends it with another one with Aiden Ross again, and then just adds the most annoying black guy that ever walked the earth.
So the kid says to me, he goes, we're not paying you, blah, blah, blah. Then he says to me, to finish that first night, he goes, what we can do is I will tell Vitaly to pay you X amount, and you are going to promise to bring on a celebrity for each episode. So I was so livid during this meeting. I needed this kid to get out of my house, but I couldn't blow up on him and ruin the potential fixing I'll have with Vitaly when he gets back to America.
Sure. You're being a shrewd businessman.
Yeah. So he says, can you send me a list now before I go? I go, sure. So I sent him a list of some of like my like really close homies that are, you know, like A-list or whatever. And I go, these are guys that I can't promise will come, but like I can easily just call right now and be like, yo, are you interested? Him and Vitaly start attacking this list behind my back. So I didn't tell any of my friends like, yo, this might happen, right? Because until I have a deal, I'm not going to dangle a carrot.
But to them, it's smart because they already see your face on the stream. They're like, yo, hey, what's up? Me and Mickey already did the stream. You want to hop on? So
they're using my name as a cosign. So they're starting to hit up all my homies talking like, yo, me and Mickey are doing this stream. Do you want to come on? Da-da-da-da-da, right?
But now Mickey starts talking about how when this happened, they did start panicking and needed to find a guest. So they hit up Mickey and they're like, Mickey Mouse, Mickey and the Chocolate Factory, Mickey Minaj, Lil Mickey, Mickeyappolis, Mickey Cheesesteak, Nickelodeon, Sex and the Mickey, Innocent Until Proven Mickey, Hit Me Back Up.
They did not tell me that the pedophiles were fake, right? Just to be clear. So in my brain, even to this day, I was always under the impression that they were real. So they go to do the streams, right? Mind you, the manager hit me up and said, hey, we are having trouble getting celebrity guests. Can you call your friends? They end up having no pedophiles, no celebrity guests, no nothing. So he's in like an Airbnb laying.
Just eating his spicy chips.
He's just like chilling, laying in his bed on his phone. The pedophile that does come on screen, that's an actor.
Now, he says he isn't sure which guy from the stream it was, but considering the other guy left within the first 10 minutes, I'm assuming it's the second guy. And when you go back and watch the stream, there are parts like this, and you're like, yeah, this shit is fake.
Brother, somebody told me in the comments that we're holding you hostage. No one's holding you hostage. You're free to go. So, the cops are coming, so no one holding you hostage. Okay, you listening to me, sir? Oh my god. It's like me when I was fucking acting. You fucking twat.
I'm not acting.
Like, look at how calm he is. He is never that calm when he's doing one of these streams. And you're telling me this guy doesn't want to leave? They are literally not keeping him there. I mentioned this in a previous video, but they tell this guy that he can leave because they think the cops aren't going to show up.
But yeah, we're gonna let him go because we already called the cops, but they're never coming.
They also deleted the whole stream that this is from, the Vitaly X JD Catching Predator stream. I got that clip this morning. Look, he took it off. It was literally this one. It was the earliest one. He deleted the stream. Me personally, I didn't think these were fake. I just thought he was complete shit by accident. But now that someone who was working close with him and his manager is saying that some of them are, I'm starting to think the few that actually got arrested were just paid actors. As much as Vitaly prides himself on not faking his videos, it's hilarious this is the way he got exposed. If it wasn't obvious by now, Vitaly is a piece of shit who will do anything to try and be where he once was. Unfortunately for him, he is just way too desperate for any of this to work out in the long run. It's only a matter of time before people actually start realizing that Vitaly is nowhere near the content creator he used to be. But until then, no video tomorrow, but there will be on Wednesday. See you guys Wednesday. Peace.